Hello, welcome everyone to this podcast. It's called Teachers Are Leaders, and today we have an amazing guest, Dinesh. He's going to talk about money management and money, my friends. Money is an important topic, and today we're going to uncover the magic of money and how you can actually bring this system and process to save money and probably become financially free. Awesome. How are you doing, Dinesh, today?
Yeah, Rashmi, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the warm welcome. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I hope all of you are doing great also.
Yes, awesome. So yeah, it's an amazing morning, and today I was very sleepy, but I was like, no, this is an important topic. It's money management. I have to wake up. So that's the power of this topic. So, anyways, Dinesh, I want to ask you a couple of questions today, and we're gonna start with your childhood. How was your childhood? And I know growing up in India is, there is this pattern of and similarity with parents. Maybe I have seen from my childhood that the business families have um, a certain kind of beliefs, and a middle class service mindset is very different. So I come from the other part, the later part, and what happens is that in that, like, we were a little from middle class to upper middle class to now uh, being abundant. I think all of us in this journey, we have seen that the beliefs that were given to us were saving money, the scarcity mindset of money, and it has always it never affected me, but I think the root cause when I actually worked on it in MMI and how we did all of these programs, I understood that uh, those incidents, those physical moments were probably when I was scolded, or I was, like I was given this dhamki ki, if I will do this, I'll do this. I think those profound memories have stayed with me, and it has like initially it got me to a mindset of saving and a lot of money that to save, and spending it also was when I was a spending person, I was a spendthrift. So it's a lot of processing, and I'm sure the audience here can resonate. It's a belief that पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते हैं. अच्छा ये करना है, जाके 1 रुपया कमा के दिखाओ. Everything that I asked for was made valued. So I think there was a good thing about it, that it was, my parenting taught me that value every penny, but at this same time, I think it was a lot of wrong beliefs of saying that 1 penny is also difficult. I think it's not. So I want to ask you, how was your childhood, Dinesh? Yeah. You have to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Okay. Oh, sorry. I think other people were there, so oh. Okay. Yeah. You unmute yourself. Guys,
Yeah, yeah.
all of you please stay unmuted because we don't want any more glitches. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can hear me now,
Yes.
Rashmi?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, my childhood, that seems a very historical long time back. So I'm quite old that way. Born in 1973, and I was kind of like only son for quite a long time for my parents. My younger brother arrived 10 years later, so I got quite a lot of attention during my childhood, during early stages. And yeah, my parents, my father was in Air Force, so my first 10 years of my childhood, more or less, like we were traveling around all over India, different places. I was in Mumbai, Thane for some time, Srinagar for some time, Delhi, and various other places. And a lot of places where my father went by himself, and I just couldn't go along because of my schooling. We stayed in Delhi was our primary location, and from fifth standard onwards, I was there in Delhi only. And those days, like money, their salaries were like not even 1,000 rupees, like 700, 800 rupees kind of salaries. And inflation has reduced value of time, money with time. At that point of time, even that was okay, like sufficient to meet those requirements, the lower middle class kind of requirements at that point of time. But yeah, as you said, value was attached to each and everything. And my father comes from partition times, like he came from Pakistan to India, like, and he had seen very tough times. So that made him very hardened, and then being defense, like he was very disciplined, and he passed on that value of discipline to me, which served me good in a lot of ways. But yeah, as you said, like anything taken to the extreme can cause harm. So even good thing taken too much can cause harm.
True,
So
true.
yeah, a lot of wrong beliefs came, like you said कि पैसा पेट पर नहीं उगता है और कमा कर दिखाओगे, जब तुम कमाओगे तब पता चलेगा. So
Yeah.
all those things, like same kind of things were there with me also. And single source of income, nuclear family, like father was the only source of income, mother was a housewife. Yeah, so that's what childhood was. Even though scarcity was not told explicitly, but we could feel it, like there's not enough money to get. And we could compare it with like other friends, like some, especially those from the business class families. They used to have a lot of things, car at times, like Maruti 800 or Ambassador, something that was prevalent at that point of time. They
Yeah.
used to have that. And we used to struggle, like we got scooter even, like quite, like when I was probably in 11th or 12th.
Oh,
So
okay.
that way, like, yeah, we could feel the scarcity, even though it was not explicitly told, but we could feel that, yeah, we are not up to there.
Yeah, it's all limited, and that's why that's why all of those beliefs were still installed in us. So I want to ask you that what was this point in time, what age was this that you said, okay, probably after making money consciously, that what am I doing with my money, and you know why I should change this situation, or whether it was again scarcity, and what happened next? Like, how did you start making money, and when did you get conscious about money? Because I am getting conscious just now.
Yeah, like so discipline and value for money was always there since childhood. So any spending that I had to do, I had to think at least 3, 4 times whether I should spend that money, whatsoever little it was. So all childhood was like that. Even during so I was good at studies. Like I was very good at studies. I used to top in my school throughout all, like 6th to 12th. I was topper, and my teachers used to adore me a lot. I got into IIT, so there I did well again, and I got a job smoothly. Like at the end of the 4 years of engineering, I got placed in TCS, premier company. So I started doing well financially, like right from the beginning of my career. So that way money started coming. But I, since like my childhood, like I was always carrying this scarcity mindset. So, and we used to live in not so good neighborhood. So my first goal that I already nurtured in my heart was to move to some location where my parents can feel better, or at least I am very attached to my mother. So for her health sake, and there was a incident. If I get an opportunity, I will tell you that story. Wherein like I felt like she deserved to be at a better place.
You can
So
continue now. Like, I'm enjoying
yeah, yeah, I'll tell
listening.
them.
Yeah.
I'll share that. So I started like right from the first salary that I got, I was into the mindset I have to save money to move to a better residential place. And by God's grace, within like 3 years, I had saved sufficient money. I got some overseas trips through TCS, and like that foreign currency conversion helps. So within first 3 years of my career, 3.5 years of my career, I bought a house, moved to a better location, and but I was still in that scarcity mindset. Like I have to save money hard and like then achieve goals. But 1998, I went to UK and I had this closed, tight mindset. Like, okay, we don't have enough. We need to work hard to get money and all those things. But there we had like around 20, 25 set of people, like all my age only, but coming from diverse backgrounds, different parts of India. And luckily, I met a couple over there, like Abhijit Nandi and Manisha Nandi, both Bengalis, and very sweet couple. Like they kind of inspired me. They had this travel bug, and they showed me around like how life can be really enjoyed, traveling, seeing the world, learning from the world. So that really changed my mindset. Like money is not just meant for saving or being stressed about it, but finally our goal is happiness. And if money is not helping us to achieve that happiness, then money is of no use. So that really changed my mindset.
I agree completely. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, I remember profound experience of I just graduated and I met a girl from Scotland, and she and I became like best buddies, and she was just 20 and I was 23 when I graduated. And she was like, she still traveled 8 countries when she's 20-year-old. And I was
Wow.
23 and I was like, what am I doing? Nobody told me that there is this concept of gap year in European, there
Yeah,
people
Western
literally
countries.
take this gap year. So she
Yeah.
introduced me to this gap year and I said, enough. I need this pause, because in our education system or in our society in India, tak, 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 शादी करो, college खत्म करो, शादी करो, बच्चे करो,
Yeah.
बच्चों का ख्याल रखो. I'm like,
And it just keeps on piling up, like more and more responsibility. There is never breathing space.
there is no space. So I said, I'm going to copy this model. I'm going to take a gap year. When I announced this to my father, he was like, what is this? you know, he was like, what? I'm not going to sponsor you for 1 year. I'm like, Papa, please. And I convinced him a little bit. He said 3 months. Take this gap year or whatever gap months and come back.
Yeah,
So
for our parents, it's very difficult to relate to these things because they have come from very different times and probably tough times. So for
yeah,
them, thinking about gap year means like they will think like it's waste of time.
exactly. And I mean, I really, my whole trajectory of life changed after this gap year, because that's when I started traveling, and that's when I did everything that a girl, an independent girl, should be doing and learning. And when I told this to my dad, that I think, Papa, this is independence. To take my simple decisions, like just after graduation, to where to live, what to eat, where to go, and taking those decisions for myself as a girl and managing my money. I think that was the first point in life when I was managing my own money. I mean, his money, but my my money, sort of. So I was like, wow, this kind of freedom is what I want for rest of my life. I don't want to ask money from anyone. Why? How can I do this? So, and I was super passionate. I had no clue if I wanted to do a job, because I was certainly not a job person. But I was super creative, and I was like, when that barrier is not there of the society, and I said, okay, this gap year is this breathing room for me to decide whether I want to follow my passion, or I want to follow what I have learned, like from architecture after 5-6 years of grilling, and or I should like do something of my own or become an entrepreneur. And yeah, this beautiful intention and thought of having to follow my passion, and not worrying about how the money will come, made me an artist. Probably all of us are that. All of us are technically, if you remove all this
Yeah,
things, we are all creative beings and we are artists, and all of us wants to explore life or cook things, or like probably
Yeah,
those
creativity
sensory
can be in so many
experience.
ways. Even assembling technology together to create a solution,
It's a
that can also
creative
be creative.
solution. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all of us are meant to be, I mean, most of us are meant to be creative, but yeah, so this is what I realized. And that's
Yeah,
something that,
interesting that you talk about gap years. In 27 years of my IT career, I took at least 4 gap years.
wow. Okay. You
And
then
every time people used to tell me like, "What are you doing, man?" Like, and one gap year was when I came back from USA 2002, and I was not enjoying over there. Enjoying in the sense like job was fine, everything was fine, I was doing well money wise, but I was missing my family, my uh, native place so much. I felt like it's not worth it. I want to come back. So I came back, and that was a gap year. And after that, like I have taken 3 more gap years at least
wow.
voluntarily. And every time I felt like, yeah, I did the right thing.
Of course. I mean, that's the space that you need to think about. And those sabbatical, I mean, I have friends from army, a lot of them actually, and one of my closest one, she's an army officer. She was an army officer, and then she got diagnosed with diabetes, and she said, I'm gonna take a sabbatical now, enough. And she was married to a major. So, she both of them in their stories, but what I learned from her is that too much discipline or meeting all these people from Israel, I mean, like you said, to anything extreme just pulls you into something that you can't come out of it. Because, like I have heard this story where a fish is kept in a pond, um, and she circles around only that. Even when the pond is bigger, she will still
Yeah,
circle around the periphery.
yeah.
So, for the listeners here, I want to ask you this question, that after this consciousness of having to, of course, earning money, how do you, from what age should you start thinking about money management, and not to say the savings part of it? What are the other parts that one should start early in your life from your mistakes or from your learnings?
That's a question for me or for
Yes,
listen.
for all of
Okay.
you.
See, one should have balanced approach from earliest possible. Unfortunately, in our childhood, like we were like a bit constrained. So probably most of us would have come with either savers mindset, or if we were rebellious, we would have got into the spenders, like on the other extreme.
Yeah,
So
true.
if we rebelled, we would have become spenders. If we have complied, we would have become savers. So
Yeah,
I became saver initially, and for each one his or her own. But it's very important to strike the balance that one should save as well as enjoy the life. It shouldn't be that कि आज सारा पैसा खर्च कर दिया और कल के लिए कुछ भी नहीं है. That's also not good. और सारा मतलब कि if someone is lying on deathbed with like let's say 100 CR in bank account, but like life में कुछ देखा नहीं है, तो that's also not worth it. So
true.
both the extremes are bad.
Yeah.
So balance as soon, and there is no static balance. It's dynamic balance. Like one has to keep on working on finding the balance,
Mm-hmm.
and just try to find the balance. If spending is getting too much, then increase the savings. If savings is getting too much, then like try to enjoy the present, like with family, go out, travel, and take a break. Yeah. So that's the approach I'm trying to follow and suggest other people also to follow.
Awesome. But I think the human mind, Dinesh, has never this concept of too much. I have friends who are making 100 crores a month, and who are my age. Okay. This is like rare. I will not say friends. He's a friend. Um, and he crossed 200 crores. And then I asked him, why don't you stop? It's enough for 10 generations to come. He's like, I'm not done. I'm not enough. So what do you do I mean, when should a human being think that it is good enough? Let me explore.
See, we create our own world. Our mindset creates our world. So at any point of time, say when I started my career, my dream was just to get a house at good location. So I started saving money for that, and if I had just kept on sitting on those savings, that wouldn't have served the purpose. But I did go out and spend those savings to do what I want. I spend those savings. A lot of people, what they tend to do is they just keep on adding money to their bank account. Save, like they just want to increase the bank balance. For me, that's unhealthy. Like, what's
Yeah,
that? See, money is for us a medium to achieve something bigger. That something bigger, according to me, and probably for all everyone, should be happiness. Finally, everyone wants to be happy, and
yeah.
money is just a medium to achieve that. But in the current state that most of people are experiencing is they are getting attached to the medium itself, and they are forgetting about the end goal.
The end
So
goal, yeah, the destination
yeah,
completely.
the destination. So they keep on accumulating money, and in that state, like, they're forgetting that their goal is to be happy, and they are unhappy while earning accumulating that money.
Totally, I agree to that. And yesterday's post, I was writing about it, and I was saying that there was a TED talk where I heard that what do you take? There was a survey done by Harvard, and they said there was some 60 to 70-year-olds, like the happy celebration end of the life of 70 people who were surveyed, and they were asked to fill a form, and they said what is so important after making all the money, after retirement, after all of this, and majority of them said relationships. And it is still stuck in my mind. It still stayed with me as I am in this process. And probably yes, I wanted to make a lot of money, always from childhood. Whenever my parents said no, I was like,
But did you question why you want to make money?
yeah. So, but I think I'm answering that. From my childhood, whenever I was refrained from something, I was like a rebel, like you said. I was like, I'm gonna make 10 times more of this money. I'm asking for a little thing. Why can't you give me so much, so small thing? And they said no. And I was like, I'm gonna make 10 times more money, which I'm doing now. But I always wanted to make a lot of money, and in this process in between, I think in COVID times, I realized that, oh my God, scarcity is real. Rainy days are real. And that's the first time I really saw scarcity. And I think it was good in a very positive way. And I realized that it is it's not most important, but it's one of the most important part of life. Because I don't know, how do you associate money? For as a woman, I associate money with respect, love, um, freedom, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I associate money with a lot of knowledge as well. Because
Yeah.
as you grow big, you actually can access the top knowledge. Uh, and as you grow big, you also have freedom to pursue what you want when you have that money. So what are few words for you that you resonate money with?
Yes, similar kind of that for me initially it was to buy a good house, and then when I got the travel bug, like when I was there in UK, for me money was like I need to have money to go and see places, like different places, and enjoy those places, learn from those places. Traveling became a reason like why I need to have money and to have a good lifestyle. Why not? Because when I lived in Western countries, I saw that like their lifestyle is so good, so nice. Why in India we stay deprived so much? And at times we deprive ourselves so much that even if we are having money, we don't go out and like upgrade ourselves or enjoy a better life. We still are scared that, oh no, this keeping this pile of money is more important.
That's true.
So that's what I was saying earlier also, that a lot of us tend to forget what's our end goal, and we get attached to the medium, that's money. We associate money with respect, but at times we are earning money in ways which are not very respectful, or we tend to do this like something which is not going to earn us respect just to earn
Yeah,
money,
yeah,
and we are
yeah.
forgetting our end goal, that our goal
It's
to earn
happiness.
money is to earn respect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I never thought about this, but that's true. Wow, a lot of people actually choose careers or choose jobs. And I had this question. I'm just gonna be very honest to you, that I was asking God that how does this gundas have a lot of money? Why do this? Why do these people who are not good people? I used to ask God, why are these good? These are not even good people. Why money is given to all of these bad people? And when I grew up, I think I had an answer. But how do you see this?
Yeah, you don't want to share your answer first?
No, I want to hear from you.
Okay. See, these gundas or whatsoever they are, they have energy. They are not using it properly, so they have energy, and money is a form of energy. So they are using their energy to pull this energy towards themselves. But again, to what goal? So they have forgotten what goal they are using it for. Probably they are using it for power, get power, and they are achieving that goal. But then the question comes, what is that power
Yeah,
to be used for? Like, what is the goal of having that power? For me, it was clear, like, I want to live happy life. Like, for me, that was the ultimate goal. So if I am indulging that kind of things, it won't give me happiness. That's why I've never thought of like pursuing that kind of career or that kind of thing.
Dinesh, you were smart enough to go to IIT. You did not need to do all of that.
No, but like at times, yeah, what you are saying, like it comes to mind, na, ke, oh, these people are like making so much money, and uh, despite being from IIT or working in good companies, I can't make that much money as these people are making.
Obviously, 100%. So yeah. I mean, that was the
One has to
question.
remember one's value systems because they are very important for me. For
True.
me, if I do that kind of thing, if I am being violent with someone or even aggressive with someone, I will have a sleepless night because my values won't let me sleep in peace.
Exactly. That's the way I think. Uh, yeah. So, what is this upbringing also? Like the parenting also comes from that. Like my parents, one time I just liked something which was not mine, and I picked that up, and my mom gave me a slap. So I always remember that it is not my thing. Never like steal, never like, do bachpan mein bhi, some shiny object
Mhm.
syndrome. All every kid has. So I was like, oh wow, I love this lipstick. Let me take it. And my mom's like, it's not yours. Keep it there. So yeah, it's this
And
value system is
even
very
if by
important.
mistake we do something like that, our conscience will not like let us like sit in peace. Like it will keep on troubling us because it has been inculcated in so many ways, and so it's very difficult to do wrong things for like people who carrying those values.
100%. So yeah, I wanted to get back to the money management topic, and I was asking you that what are the some principles that the audience can start at least from today. It's never late, I'm sure. So what do you think? What are some key principles of successful money management that apply everywhere for all age groups?
First of all, mindset, like have belief in yourself, whatever you can imagine. If God has given you power to imagine that, then it has also given you somewhere inside that drive and power to achieve that. So having that conviction is the first thing, and then work on it. Like there can be multiple steps. So having a disciplined approach is very important. For me, disciplined, I'm very disciplined. Like probably you experience it today also. Like for me, if things are not happening as per schedule or anything, like it starts bothering me and I start bothering other people.
Okay, I get that. I'm very I'm like very go with the flow person, but I stick to the time. Like I do reach wherever most of the time. I think I've missed one flight in my life, which is good enough for me for now. And and yeah, otherwise I'm this person. I don't know if we have something called submissions. So in architecture we used to have this last moment. I'm sure how many of the audience can resonate with this. There are two kind of people: one who are prepared They'll pack their bags before the travel 5 days before or one day before.
I am that
There
way.
is, yeah, and there is this other kind of person who does last moment shopping and last moment packing. I am that person.
Not for me. I can't do that. I can't sleep the night before if I haven't like prepared and everything is in place.
Yeah, see, I see
So you have missed one flight. I have never missed a flight.
wow. So, okay, all right, Captain. Tell us, tell us how do we manage our money? We're gonna listen to you.
Yeah. So first of all, like having that conviction that yes, you can do it, then have a discipline. Discipline is very important for me. So if you are saving some amount 1 month and next month you are missing out on this, or like saying, okay, next month I will save double, according to me, that's not going to work. So having a disciplined approach is very important. And saving, like initially I was just a saver. So people think of investing first and think that saving will happen by itself. But according to me, unless you are a saver, you can't invest. If you don't haven't saved some money, how will you invest?
I agree.
People just think of making big money, but unless you have discipline of saving regularly, so first saving and then develop some financial literacy, be aware, attend events like MMI or read books like Secrets of Millionaire Mind. Actually, I read this book, Secrets of Millionaire Mind, 15 years back.
Wow.
Till
Okay.
then, I was just in saver, like, okay, save money, save money, save money, and do a few things, enjoy some of that. But money was not growing. So around 2008, 15 years back, my friend suggested this book, Secrets of Millionaire Mind. I read it. And that's where I realized that it's important to make your savings grow also. And that can happen when you invest it at right place. For
Can you
me,
share some tips
certain in
can you share some tips where should I invest? Because that is my question these days.
there are no tips. It's very individual thing because uh, it starts with what you want to achieve and what's your risk appetite. And every individual's risk appetite is different. For example, if someone is having stomach ache and goes to doctor saying that give me some medicine, so just give me over the counter medicine, it can cause harm also.
True, yeah.
It may not suit you. So unless some proper diagnosis is done why this stomach ache is happening, any medicine may work, may not work. So I don't believe in giving those tips.
Oh, nice. I think that's true. That's completely true. Um,
But there are some very generic things which I'll tell you, which I am telling you already. Like these are very broad things, but putting them into place is not that easy. So how discipline is going to work, that will be very individual thing. How person can, which date you are getting salary, which date you can put it in the Demat account or whatsoever. That's very individual thing. But having a discipline is important. Saving is important. How much you can save, again, that depends on your individual circumstances, your family situation, or so again, it becomes very individual. If I get to work one-to-one with someone, I can guide him properly, but anything at the generic level, I can give the very high level things only.
Makes sense, makes sense. So
So
it's
investing,
actually, when you
one
say
more thing,
discipline,
sorry.
it's financial habits, right? The discipline is all about habits, probably, because I remember from the earlier times, my habit of not even looking at the bills to now consciously looking at the bank statement, which I did last month. I swear I have never, ever, ever reported how much money I spent, even when my parents were giving me. So I think a little privileged that way is that I never thought that I need to be accountable to anyone. So that was good and a bad thing, because I was like, I don't even know how much I spent. And once I see the bank balance, I'm like, oh, where did it go? So
Actually, in India, our parents, and we also as parents, I'm not sure whether you are a parent as yet or
no,
not,
I
but
am not married and I have no responsibilities, so I am a free
yeah.
bird.
So you must have experienced it with your parents, but my father was very disciplined. He is from defense. So when I started my career, I was boarding my train to Calcutta to join TCS there. He gave me 10,000 rupees and he said, this is the last amount I'm giving to you. And by God grace, since then, I haven't taken a single penny from him.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that was cutting the cord, which was like, I felt bad at that point of time. What is he doing? Like I am on my own now. Like I haven't even started, I haven't got even my first salary. And he's like saying that no more money for me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that taught me. And I try to implement similar kind of, see, in Western world, what happens is kids, even as teenager, they are sent out on, they take up part-time jobs, even during school time. They sell newspaper or they go to shops and like do part-time jobs and earn money. And they start knowing the value of money. Here in India, we tend to like pamper our kids till quite late age. Even like if they have started earning, okay, you save your money, we will spend for you. So for, especially with girls, probably this must be happening
Yeah,
that
sure,
they,
sure.
you save your money, we will spend for you. Whatever जो भी खर्चा करना है हम कर देंगे तुम्हारे लिए,
No,
तुम क्यों
not in
खर्चा
my
करो?
family, to be honest, because we're Gujaratis, and my father also had one day when he said, "These 3 months enough. You don't want to do a job. I don't care. You figure out for yourself. I am not sponsoring you after this." So I think, yeah, after my graduation and sponsoring that 3 months of traveling that I did, technically that was the 15 days of money that he gave me, but I traveled 3 months. So wow, I did money management to travel 3 months with that money. So,
Yeah, but you still were getting money and like you were allowed to spend that money.
yes, yes,
On,
yes. Yeah,
but
a little bit.
earning money by yourself, that's a different
Ball game,
like
completely
experience
different.
altogether. Then you start
Yes.
really valuing the money.
I didn't do that also. I think um I don't know. My mindset is that you can like see the kind of personality I am. I have always probably attracted money. It was not very difficult for me. And I never saw how much I spent. And um, it was following your passion, which is art. I made money. So it was very strange for people, but it was good enough for me. Like, for any person who's doing a job versus what I was doing, I think I might not be doing so well, but I was doing enough for myself. So it was good enough for me. And yeah, then COVID situation hit and I realized the value of it. So for the audience here, I want to ask you this question. If some of them are going through this situation of debt, how to tackle this and improve their financial situation? What should be their plan of action, like step 1, 2, 3?
Okay, debt again is a very wide topic. And debt here, at least in India, we consider it always to be bad. And let me tell you, debt is not always bad.
Yeah.
Debt, debt can be good also. There can be good debt also. And most of the entrepreneurs, they make good use of debt.
Can you give an
So
example of how to do that?
yeah, if you first let me give example of bad debt.
Okay.
If you are buying a liability by taking debt, then it's a bad debt. If you are buying an asset which is going to pay off your debt, then it's a good debt. For
Okay.
example, if you take a loan, personal loan, say at 10% rate of interest, and use that money in your business, and that business gives you return of say 15%. So that difference between 10% and 15%, 5%, that's your net profit. That's a good debt.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Why do you need to pay off that debt? You should take more of that debt.
Okay. So you mean the loans are actually positive?
Not always. Again, if you are getting liability on taking debt, for example, you buy a Swiss watch, what return is going to give you?
No. So
No, it's a
assets can
liability.
only be real estate, investing in real estate.
Those, and you have to be very shrewd in that way that that asset needs to give you return more than what you are paying for the debt. If you are paying 10% rate of interest on the debt, your asset needs to give at least more than 10% of return.
Okay. Okay. How do you calculate that? There are financial people doing that, right?
Financial people, or if you are a business person, you know how much return you can expect from your business.
Yeah, sure.
And I will say, people don't realize it, but if you would have seen it from your experience also. Let me ask you this question: what is the best investment you have made till date?
In myself, me.
Correct. So if you're taking a loan to educate yourself and you see the potential that this is going to give returns, just go for it. It's not a
Yeah.
bad debt.
Yeah. I mean, so far, just in 1 year, I've invested 24-25 lakhs, and
If you have taken loan for it, I will say go for it. But if you are
oh,
taking loan to buy a car just to go around to show off, then I'll say it's a bad debt, really bad debt.
makes
So
sense.
first categorize the debt. You ask me steps how to, whether to get out. You don't need to necessarily get out of every debt. Donald Trump, he is such a big billionaire and he's like taking all debts. Robert Kiyosaki, he takes debts and then creates asset which give him returns, which just pays off the debt.
Interesting. Yeah, I really want to learn about this, like the good debts, because I think in Rich Dad Poor Dad also he talks about
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki talks about. So first categorize it. If it is a good debt, don't get out of it. Take more of it.
take more of it.
Take,
Okay, awesome.
yeah, so that
That's a good
your
tip.
income is going to go up. That 5% difference that is there, let's make more of it.
Sure.
And
And what about the bad debt? Because I think a lot of people suffer from that.
then you need to again categorize debt, but how much there, if you are having multiple debts, the highest rate of interest that needs to be paid, where you are paying the maximum penalty, you need to get out of that first. So categorize that according to rate of interest, and typically credit card loans are like the most penalizing. So get out of them. You can take lower in rate of interest debt to get off the higher rate of interest debt.
Okay. What does that mean?
Maybe you can take personal loan to get out of your credit card loan.
Okay.
Credit card loans are, if you are in credit card debt, that can charge up to 36% per annum.
Oh,
And
wow.
personal loans will be 12%. So take lesser expensive debt to pay off the more expensive debt.
Oh, so slowly you come out of it eventually.
Yeah, yeah. And finally, you have to get into discipline of saving money to get out of debt if you are in a bad debt.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. But if the person is just not making money, then how does that person save?
Start making money.
That's the step one. Any which ways, just go out and
Yeah.
make money.
You have to start making money, like earn money. Like you don't make money. Money is made only in the mints, like Stranger's Secret, he says, na.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to start earning money. You have to like invest in yourself, be valuable, attract money from people, and start paying off debt. There's no other way out.
Awesome. Yeah, that comes to this question from coming out of a debt. A person now is starting to make money, and now the person wants to become financially free. So can you like give an example from your own life, if you have helped someone or if you have seen someone to reach there or you are there? How does one reach financial freedom?
See, financial freedom is achieved when you have created so many assets that their incomes are meeting your expenses, all your expenses, and you are still able to save money out of that. So you
Yeah.
have to create passive
Passive income.
sources of
Yeah.
income. Passive sources of income, those are assets basically, and they are giving you returns, and they are more than meeting your expenses. You are able to save money out, and then you are creating more assets out of that. Then you are like totally on the upward curve of the financial freedom. That is, and it is very rare to find, like there are very rare breed of people who achieve that kind of financial freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aspiring for that, probably on the path for that, but yet to achieve that. But the only way to move towards that is like when your money starts growing. Unless your money starts growing, typically in India, like especially our parents' mindset used to be put money in FD or post office. those kind of, or on those places, like you get rate of interest like 7%, 8%, which is very assuring, and because government is paying it, so people feel very secure. But their money is not growing because it is just matching the inflation.
Exactly. It's 6 to 7%, which is nothing.
Yeah, so
And
inflation
banks
is
are making
eating away,
loans out of it. That's it.
yeah, inflation is eating out your value of money, and FD is just matching that, and then you're paying tax out of that, so your value of money is still coming down.
True.
Because,
True.
because whatever interest you get out of FD, you have to pay tax out of that. And if you are in
Mm-hmm.
30% slab, 30% goes off. So 30% every year, your money value is going down. You are not growing, you are degrowing, deflating.
Okay.
So unless until you are beating inflation substantially, which can happen either in business or in stock market if you invest rightly,
Mm-hmm.
that's the only way to beat the inflation. Unless you beat the inflation solid, you are not going to grow. And unless you grow, you can't move on the path of financial freedom.
Makes complete sense to me. So I think this last 1.5, 2 months I've been researching, and I'm sure the audience of my age, if you are 25 to 35, there's this question that will always come to your head: where to invest, stock market or mutual funds? What will you say, Dinesh?
Okay, mutual funds also invest in stock market. Mutual funds is a
It's a
medium again.
yeah, it's a package that
Yeah.
comes around and
And mutual funds are of different category. There are equity mutual funds, there are debt mutual funds, there are hybrid mutual funds, there are liquid mutual funds. So multiple categories. Again, it's a proper subject. Equity mutual funds, they take different stocks, create a package and invest in those stocks, and there's a fund manager managing it for you
mm-hmm,
and charging you some fees.
mm-hmm.
So since he diversifies it so much, it is much safer as compared to investing in single stock, because that single stock, if it goes up, you are good. If it goes down, you are bad. Like
Yeah.
it can go anyway. And it's not our core area. If it's not your core area, then you can be in trouble. Like it happened during COVID times, market nosedived and people lost a lot of
What
money.
would you say, like, to the audience that is, like our age group? Should we consult a financial expert at this age, or should we do our own research, get the knowledge, and then start putting money in mutual funds or stock markets?
Start with initially, if you are not having enough financial literacy, if you are not having enough awareness, start with a financial expert, but try to build your own awareness, try to build your own literacy, because you can be best manager of your money. Nobody else can do it for you. It's like your health. You
Yeah.
can be best manager of your health. You can get a gym expert or trainer or whatsoever, but unless you build your own awareness, they can only help you, and at times you may not find the right people, and they can take you for a ride and you can feel cheated.
Oh, wow. Yes. I never thought about it like my health. Thank you for saying that. I think, yeah, it's very important to personally keep a check on why so much and how much is going where and how much it will grow. I think, yeah,
And you
that's
can outsource it for management by somebody else, but unless you are aware, how would you know whether they are doing it the right way or not? So at
even
least that
go for
awareness is required.
referrals, like, I mean, I'm sure if somebody here needs help, I will say go to Dinesh because he knows money better than me. So the same thing, I think my friends will come and tell me, people who are interested in finances for a couple of years, and I think I just take the word of mouth, and I'm like, okay, start somewhere.
From word of mouth, there's a joke my late mentor used to tell me. कि
Yeah,
एक बार shall I tell in Hindi? Is it okay?
yeah, sure.
या एक बार एक आदमी की भैंस बीमार हो जाती है, तो वो दूसरे आदमी के पास में जाता है कि भैया, जब तुम्हारी भैंस बीमार हुई थी, तुमने
हाँ,
क्या दवाई दी थी?
हाँ.
तो भी से सबने उनके ये दवाई दी थी, तो वो आदमी वो दवाई देता है, उसकी भैंस मर जाती है। लगे
Okay.
तो कहता है मेरी भैंस तो मर गई। तो
हाँ.
कहता है तो क्या हो गया, मेरी भी तो मर गई थी। So
Okay.
word of
Okay.
mouth can go that way कि who
Okay.
knows कि उनके साथ क्या experience रहा है, like then you will experience it yourself and you will realize कि it doesn't work for you or it's not the right thing.
True.
So try to build your own awareness, your own literacy. That's the best thing. And when you are doing it yourself, start small.
Yeah.
Then you slowly and slowly build confidence. If you all of a sudden venture into new area and put a lot of money, it can go either way.
That
So
makes sense.
start small. And one thing which I haven't been able to cover till now is like having risk management in place in terms of insurance.
Okay.
That gives a lot of confidence and that increases risk appetite for you. You can be more adventurous. If you are assured that if even if I take a risk and something happens to me, if I am not there tomorrow physically, at least my financially or near and dear ones will be taken care of appropriately, financially, emotionally,
Okay.
there will be. So that having that insurance or having health insurance, proper health insurance, so that because going to hospitals can be very expensive and people have gone bankrupt if they don't have health insurance in place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So having proper health insurance in place, that, and then there are property insurance. There can be every risk that you can think of can be covered, but you have to think of it. Like what all risks you can encounter. There can be fire insurance, so that if your property, and these are very cheap actually. One very important insurance which people don't think about is disability insurance.
Okay. What
Today
is
you are
that?
physically
I never
fine.
heard about it.
Yeah, let me tell you about it. And that's why like I want to talk about it, because people
Don't know about
very,
it.
yeah, and even financially literate people, MBAs, finance MBAs, bankers, they don't do it even if they know about it. But I just want to emphasize how important it can be. See, you're financially fit today, everything is fine, and you are able to earn. God forbid if some accident happens and some disability happens. Now you are not able to claim even the life insurance, because that will happen only if somebody passes away,
Yeah.
and you are not able to earn, your income stops. Not only that, you have become a liability because you need more maintenance, you need more upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
that's why
Yes.
disability insurance becomes so important, accident insurance becomes so important. So because now you need more expenditure on yourself.
Oh, wow. And all this insurance will cover all of this cost till you live?
It's your choice how much time you want to cover it for. Like you can choose, you make the choice
Okay.
based on how you want to do it. So we can do it as part of financial planning, but typically one should cover one's risk till one's goals are met, till one is having financial earning capability, active financial, like till whatever time I am spending, I am able to make money out of it. I should be covering my risks. Once I am in that stage that all my income is from passive income, then I don't need that risk coverage. Then my businesses need risk coverage.
Okay. So for businesses also insurance exists, Dinesh?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
businesses also get insured. Shops are insured. If flood comes and all that stuff gets, they get the agriculture is insured. Agriculture insurance is there.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I had never looked up to this. I don't know. Maybe I am really financially very, very poor with,
No,
all of
no,
this.
you're not poor. Like that's a common people, and that's where like people like me like feel that like need to pitch in like to bring awareness. So that's
Yeah,
what my
yeah.
mission is.
We need Dinesh, like a lot of people to like give us that gyan. I mean, probably it's very important in a way that the insurances also you pick it up. Like I have this resistance when you spoke about this because this came to my mind that am I attracting the risk while investing in the risk?
You're not investing in the risk. You are taking steps to
Okay.
stop that risk from, if that risk materialize, then you are taking appropriate steps for that. Just like you take car insurance. So you are not inviting accident by taking car insurance. Government mandates it that you have to take car insurance.
True, true, true. Okay. Yeah. So practically, yes, but energetically, I always feel that a lot of people have said, and even from our money management from the childhood, that they say, save for rainy days, rainy days, rainy days, and rainy days comes. Um, or emergency fund, like when we talk about emergency funds, and the emergency comes. And
Not necessarily. I don't agree with that. Preparing yourself for some bad time doesn't mean you are going to attract bad time. Having a health insurance in place doesn't mean that you will attract bad health.
yeah, so I have I totally agree to this, like the basics ones, but like
And
when I add
rather,
more of this, like disability, and when I add accident, when I add a property, when I add business, I'm like, oh my God, if I mean, I am a risk taker completely. And now when you bring this to on surface to me, I'm like, when I think about this, isn't it too much of a every risk that I am getting insured? I mean, it's a good thing if I get
okay,
insured, but
go step by step. You are not going everything at one go. So go step by step. And what I will say is that once you have consciously got those risks covered, it will increase your risk appetite multifold. Because now you have confidence
oh,
that even if this happens, I am covered. So
okay, okay,
your risk appetite will go even grow even further. You'll feel more confident. What's the worst that can happen now?
amazing. I love that. I love this attitude where I can, yeah, change the statement. Awesome.
So even for making investments, you will feel much more confident because otherwise we save it for rainy day and we put it at places which are not going to give us returns. But if we have covered those rainy days by buying insurance, now I can take out that money and invest in those places which are going to give me high growth because high growth comes with high risk, high volatility, like
Mhm.
we experience in stock market.
Yeah.
I can digest that stock market only thinking that, okay, for rainy days, I have insurance.
Hmm.
If I don't have that insurance, I will keep that money at a safe place, maybe in my bed or in my mattress or in my savings account, thinking that I need it sometime for rainy day. And it's not, and by God grace, if rainy day doesn't come, then that money is like not growing, it's stagnating and it's getting devaluated.
Completely. It makes a lot of sense now. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Wow. I mean,
Balram,
it's already 12 o'clock and I still feel like keep talking to you. I want to take some questions from the audience here. And guys, if you want to raise a hand and ask some questions to Dinesh, it's gonna be interesting, fun. Anyone here? How are you liking this discussion so far? Put it in the chat box. Go on, go on. One word for Dinesh. Send some love. I've been told that put your money to work. Don't let it stagnate in FDs. True. Amazing.
good,
It's been
good,
a good session. Okay. It's very informative. Love it. Awesome.
glad.
Okay. Super awesome. Okay. A lot of Balbon
Great.
moments. Charmy says awesome. Very
Thank you,
nice.
thank you.
If you want to increase your net worth by 10x in 5 to 10 years, can you describe a financial plan for this, Dinesh?
Okay, shall I answer this question?
Sure.
Yeah, so if you want to go increase your net worth by 10x, you will have to take a lot of risk. So for that, you need to have your risk appetite like properly. So you need to have that risk management in place by buying appropriate insurance, having emergency fund in place. And again, for any financial plan, it has to be done on individual basis. I can't create a financial plan which will work for everyone, as we have discussed earlier.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, if you want to book a spot with him, you can use Fat World School's coupon. Okay, and you can write RASH FWS and send it to Dinesh. Okay. After all of this, probably this was not planned as such, but if you guys want to like go one-on-one with him, you can use this coupon code and speak to him in person. He will give you a special discount for sure.
Sure. Sure. If you are saying so, Rashmi, I have to give.
Of course, see, I'm getting you all these beautiful people, and one of my things is like, I mean, I see I see making 10 millionaire women with me.
Great, great.
I am gonna be a millionaire and I'm sure about it. I have
Definitely.
a financial prediction of whatever number. I don't want to talk about that, but I think I am worth
Why not? Talk
I'm
about it. Like,
already
we'll hold you accountable for that.
I think I'll be worth more than 100 crores. I know. So,
Great. If
I
you
am
have thought of it, it is already yours.
yeah, yeah. So um I think yeah, this can build up to a time. But for me, creating a financial freedom is probably for I don't know, the numbers that I have worked out for women is if you have $1 million in your account in India, you can live life luxury for lifetime. Technically, you need 5 crores with inflation, but if you have 8 crores, you are good to go.
It all
The
depends on Rashmi. Like, I want to add something over there.
yeah.
Do you know a monk is financially free? So it's not about numbers. It's also about your lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle? If somebody wants to have Ferrari in their garage, for them 8 crore is
Yeah,
not going to be sufficient.
completely. But I mean to say that somebody who's reaching 7 to 8 crores and wanting at least 2-3 lakhs a month is easy as a
Yeah.
passive income.
It's all about numbers. If we, that's why I don't give any financial plan, because for each one, aspirations are
The
different,
numbers are
their
different,
lifestyle
yeah.
is different,
So
requirements
I
are
literally
different.
sat with my financial guy to come to a point where I know that I need, with my lifestyle, I need 15 crores. So
Good.
my goal is achieving that, and rest whatever happens is my risk appetite will grow and grow and grow. But first, I need so much that my life is secure and I can reach financial freedom at 40 years. I have so much clarity now, and my goal after getting this clarity and sitting with a financial person comes. So all of you, I recommend sitting with a financial guy because he will help you personally based on your lifestyle and your goals, how much money you should make. And this kind of clarity, once all of you have, I would say that it will open up so much in your heart to know that, okay, this is the amount of work I want to do. Or you don't like go, headless chicken and you're like making money, doing job, blah, blah, blah. And you see, oh my God, this will not even
And
pay.
getting those lifestyle diseases like diabetes and BP, heart, like, even if people are making good money, is it worth it? Rather have clarity. I'll say live with lesser money, but don't have those diseases. Health is very important. If it is gone once, like, it is irreparable damage.
That's
People
true.
don't value it that much till they have lost it. But so the earlier you realize it, health is very important. Money is also important, but like, in our childhood, we were told this saying that if money is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. And if character is lost,
Completely.
everything is lost. These days, people
Completely.
have totally turned it around.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's probably true. I mean, most of the people have lost first their character. They want to become someone else. First, so they want to become someone else. They are not even who they are. Then,
Yeah,
then the second is like, okay, now you're wearing a coat. Like I would see this mask that even in a room, I mean, when we were, we can edit all of this, but anyways, when we were in this room of people, I knew that most of the things people lost there was their mask, you know,
yeah,
and you're completely living a different character in front of your family, in front of your friends, in front of your colleagues. You technically don't know who you are. And I'm like, I'm meeting a ton of them, and you've seen me how outrageous I am normally. And I'm like, I am just who I am, you know. But look at these
yeah.
people. There are like 10 faces in one person. I'm like, wow. So yeah, yeah. I mean, we have to look at it, and health is wealth, 100%. That is something that I have sat down and done a passion and priority test, and I realized that my priority is not money anymore. It is health.
For
So
me, this is the priority order. Like money comes below health and character. So for me, in any situation, these are the guiding principles. Like first is character, then health, and then wealth. Wealth is important, but it will come below these two.
for me, it's for now, it's, I will be honest, it is health, money, and then relationships. Like, I'm still not giving too much to a
What
relationship.
about character?
I mean, character comes in relationship, right? I mean, you will only attract the kind of people you are. That is your character.
So
So
character will
relationship,
define relationships also.
yeah. So character is relationships, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I attract beautiful souls all the time. End of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah. If you are beautiful, then you'll attract beautiful souls.
that's that's true. That's how Thaddeus would say, right? No,
Yeah.
you are beautiful. That's true.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful conversation, Dinesh, and it's been amazing, and I'm looking forward to the journey that we are going to take together after this
Same
as well.
here.
And yeah, the Warriors also is coming, and I'm very excited to become a warrior. Um, for a few more sessions can be done. I think there's a lot more to talk about, and one of my mission, like I said, to make women millionaires. Uh, I'll I am so much interested in this topic, and in fact, I am helping in our community. You can speak to them probably, that every Friday I will talk to them about wealth and about money and about businesses, and that has remained, now it's become the core of my education system, that if I can teach this, then businesses can happen with the right mindset.
Good.
Because creation of wealth is a lot different than just, I will help you make money, because technically that's the niche I am in. I'll help you make money. But if you don't have the right mindset of creating that money, then everything is like, foundations are
Yeah, yeah,
gone.
yeah.
And
Without right mindset, everything is like going to fall apart.
100%, 100%. So I wish you all the best in your journey as well. And wherever I can be a help, I'm there for you. Guys,
Sure.
if you
Thanks a
have a
lot.
question, you can ask questions. I'm going to stop recording now, and then we can just take an informal discussion. Okay. So before that, Dinesh, thank you so much for your time. And it was a pleasure talking to you. I mean, yeah, I started on a note like, why am I waking up? But yeah, it's all worth it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. Like it has been very nice chatting with you, and it brings out a lot of things from within me also, like which otherwise like I don't get much opportunity to talk about.
Awesome. Awesome. These conversations are always enticing. And I hope that teachers are leaders, and you are that teacher and you are that leader, and hope you impact a lot of people. Thank you so much for coming.
Same to you.